battlefield isn't just about strategy. It's about the machines that redefine what's possible in land, air, and sea combat. In this video, we're spotlighting 10 of the most groundbreaking military vehicles ever created, marvels of engineering that push the limits of technology and power. From stealth bombers that vanish from radar to tanks that dominate urban warfare, these machines don't just fight battles, they shape history. Abrams M1A2. Let's kick things off with the Abrams M1A2, the US Army's heavy-hitting beast that's been around since 1980. This tank is like that overpowered character in video games that you just can't seem to beat. With a top speed of about 42 miles per hour, the Abrams isn't quite as fast as a race car, but it's pretty fast for something that weighs around 68 tons. That's about the weight of 27 full-size cars piled together. Its 120mm smoothbore cannon? Well, it's capable of hitting targets up to 2.5 miles away with terrifying accuracy. The M1A2 is an upgrade over its predecessor, the M1A1, which served as the backbone during the Gulf War. The M1A2 has better armor, a more sophisticated targeting system, and improved electronics. It's also equipped with a depleted uranium armor, which makes it a virtual tank killer. But here's a fun fact. The M1A2's armor is so secretive that even the Pentagon won't disclose how much it weighs or what exactly it's made of. They've got some serious, classified levels of mystery here. Production started in the late 80s, and to this day, over 10,000 M1 tanks have been built. Its price tag? Around $8 million per unit. So yeah, not exactly pocket change, but if you're looking for a tank to dominate the battlefield, this is the one. In 2003, during the Iraq War, the M1A2 was involved in some of the most intense urban combat. Despite its weight, it maneuvered through narrow streets like it was a tank on a Sunday drive. That's some impressive engineering. V-22 Osprey. Picture this. Enter the V-22 Osprey, a tilt-rotor aircraft that can switch from being a helicopter to a fixed-wing airplane faster than you can say, how does that even work? It made its debut in 1989 and was supposed to be the answer to rapid troop deployment. In theory, it could take off vertically like a helicopter, switch to horizontal flight like an airplane, and carry over 20,000 pounds of cargo. Sounds pretty magical, right? But like many magic tricks, it's not always flawless. This bad boy is like the Swiss Army knife of military air vehicles. It was designed to combine the vertical lift of a helicopter with the speed and range of an airplane. However, for every high-five moment, there were some catastrophic failures. Over 30 accidents have plagued the Osprey, and it was considered too risky for a while. But despite the bad press, the US military pushed forward and made improvements. And now, over 400 Ospreys are in operation. They cost around $72 million each, but hey, they can fly 300 miles per hour and carry 24 Marines. That's one expensive, somewhat unpredictable ride. The Osprey can land in places that are normally too small for regular aircraft, but it's also been known to unexpectedly roll over when things get a little too excited. Yikes! Humvee. So, the HMMWV is probably the most iconic US military vehicle of the late 20th century. Designed in the 1980s to replace the Jeep, the Humvee was the all-terrain answer to everything from desert warfare to urban operations. It was capable of tackling nearly any obstacle, including steep slopes, deep water, and pretty much anything that wasn't an actual mountain. At the heart of the Humvee's design was its simplicity and adaptability. It was like the military's version of a Swiss Army knife. Originally developed by AM General in the early 1980s, it wasn't until the Gulf War in 1990 that the Humvee proved itself in action. With its powerful 6.2-liter diesel engine and impressive off-road capabilities, it was able to withstand sandstorms, heat, and whatever else the Middle East could throw at it. Over 200,000 of these tough trucks were produced, but the US military eventually upgraded to the JLTV, Joint Light Tactical Vehicle, for new-gen combat. Despite that, the Humvee's impact on both military and civilian life cannot be overstated. And let's talk cost. Around $70,000 per vehicle, which isn't cheap by any means, but when you consider that you can also roll it off-road, through water, and into a combat zone with ease, that's a solid return on investment. Plus, there's a reason why civilians buy Humvees and try to make them look cool. Spoiler, they're always cooler when they don't have machine guns on the roof. After its military service, the Humvee became a civilian icon, with celebrities like Arnold Schwarzenegger buying the first civilian models. It's like a tank, but with better air conditioning. Stryker. Now, let's talk about the Stryker, a vehicle that looks like an armored SUV but packs a serious punch. Introduced in 2002, the Stryker was designed to be a quick response vehicle that could be easily airlifted anywhere and give soldiers a reliable, wheeled alternative to tracked vehicles like tanks. It's like the military's version of a luxury SUV that could withstand bullets while offering some decent speed and agility, for a tank at least. With a modular design, the Stryker can be equipped with multiple configurations, from troop carriers to missile launchers and even armored ambulances. The M1126 infantry carrier vehicle version, the most commonly used, carries 9 soldiers and is armed with a 12.7mm M2 Browning machine gun, which is a serious weapon for any combat scenario. Weighing in at 19 tons, the Stryker isn't light, but it can reach speeds of up to 60 miles per hour. Plus, it's armed with technology that helps detect and avoid roadside bombs. You know, just casual stuff to keep soldiers safe. With over 4,000 Strykers built and a cost of $3 million each, it's proven its worth in Iraq and Afghanistan. But here's the kicker. When these babies first rolled into combat, soldiers were unsure of their effectiveness compared to the heavily armored Abrams. Yet, over time, the Stryker showed its adaptability, becoming a versatile asset. One of the most shocking features of the Stryker is its V-hull design, which was engineered to withstand mines and IEDs. It's like they took off-roading to a whole new level. Who needs a road when your vehicle can drive through an explosion? LAV-25. Alright, the LAV-25 is another piece of military magic designed to offer both mobility and firepower. Produced starting in 1983, this beauty is one of the fastest armored vehicles in the military's arsenal, reaching speeds of up to 62 miles per hour. While it may look like a simple armored personal carrier, it's much more than that. It's a mobile weapons platform that can take on everything from infantry to enemy tanks, thanks to its 25mm Bushmaster cannon. It's like your little brother who's much tougher than you think. The LAV-25 can carry 6 Marines and has a modular design that allows for various configurations like command and control centers, ambulance versions, or reconnaissance. With 1,200 units produced and costing around $1.5 million each, it's a surprisingly affordable option for quick response units. The LAV-25 is capable of swimming. No, seriously. This amphibious vehicle can cross rivers and streams, making it one of the coolest, most versatile vehicles on the battlefield. The F-117 Nighthawk. The F-117 Nighthawk might not be a vehicle you can drive, but it's a vehicle you can fear. First developed in the 1970s but entering service in 1983, the F-117 is a stealth fighter that looks like a flying wedge of cheese, but, you know, way cooler. What made the F-117 so insane wasn't its shape, but its ability to dodge radar and deliver precision strikes in total secrecy. During its service, it was the only aircraft that could achieve radar invisibility. This was top secret stuff until it was officially declassified in 2006. The F-117 was used in countless conflicts, most notably the Gulf War, where it delivered 2,000-pound bombs with the accuracy of a GPS system. Over 50 units were built, and each one costs around $45 million. Though retired in 2008, it's still one of the most memorable stealth aircraft ever built. The F-117 was so stealthy that at first, no one knew what to call it. For years, its existence was denied by the Pentagon, and it was referred to as the Black Jet by insiders. Just imagine the conspiracy theories. M2 Bradley. The M2 Bradley infantry fighting vehicle is like the loyal dog of military vehicles. It's tough, it's fast, and it's been there when things get rough. First rolled out in the late 1980s, this beast was designed to transport infantry while also providing heavy fire support. With a 25mm M242 Bushmaster autocannon, a TOW missile launcher, and a 7.62mm machine gun, it's ready for pretty much anything. It weighs in at 30 tons and can carry 6 fully equipped soldiers, making it a great option for quick strikes and support. With over 4,000 produced and a price tag of about $3 million per unit, the M2 Bradley was crucial in the Gulf War and later conflicts. It's not as heavy as a tank, but still packs a punch, making it a force to be reckoned with. The M2 Bradley earned its nickname, the Mechanical Infantryman, because of its ability to provide both transport and heavy firepower. It's the vehicle that infantry soldiers never want to be without. M270 MLRS. Next up is the M270 Multiple Launch Rocket System, MLRS, a true heavy hitter when it comes to delivering destruction from a distance. Introduced in 1983, this mobile rocket launcher can fire a wide variety of guided rockets, from standard artillery rockets to highly accurate missile systems. The The M270 is mounted on a track chassis, but unlike most artillery pieces, it doesn't rely on precise targeting systems from afar. Instead, it takes its own action to deliver strikes at extreme ranges. The M270 fires rockets and salvos of up to 12, each capable of reaching targets up to 185 miles away, depending on the munition. It was originally designed to hit deep behind enemy lines, and it didn't take long for the US Army to realize how valuable it could be. Over 1,300 units have been built, and the price per unit is around $4.5 million. The ability to launch these devastating barrages while being able to quickly reposition made the MLRS a tactical game changer. It was used in several conflicts, including the Gulf War, Kosovo, and the Iraq War. The M270 MLRS can launch a wide variety of munitions, including Army tactical missile systems, which can hit enemy targets with pinpoint accuracy from almost 200 miles away. The best part? The vehicle can reload in about 10 minutes. Talk about rapid response. USS Independence, LCS-2. Let's leave the land and air for a moment and dive into the USS Independence, LCS-2, a ship that looks more like a futuristic sci-fi design than a traditional military vessel. The Independence is part of the U.S. Navy's Littoral Combat Ship, LCS program, designed to be fast, agile, and capable of taking on smaller, high-threat naval operations. The ship's sleek Trimerian hull and a state-of-the-art design give it a futuristic vibe. Imagine a ship that looks like it's straight out of Star Wars, but equipped with the firepower of a destroyer. The Independence entered service in 2009, and it was designed with the idea of operating in shallow coastal waters and rapidly deploying forces for maritime security missions. It can reach speeds of over 40 knots, about 46 miles per hour, which is lightning fast for a warship. It's equipped with a combination of remote-controlled drones, surface-to-air missiles, and 57mm guns, making it ideal for modern naval warfare. The cost per ship is around $440 million, which might sound steep, but when you consider the versatility, it's a worthy investment for the Navy. The USS Independence can operate with unmanned aerial vehicles and autonomous surface vessels that scout out enemy ships, making it the Navy's version of an advanced spy network on water. The fact that this high-tech ship can seamlessly integrate with AI systems is mind-blowing. B-2 Spirit. Finally, we can't forget about the B-2 Spirit, the stealth bomber that's like the ninja of the sky. First unveiled in 1988 and entering service in 1997, this flying wing design is all about evading detection. The B-2 is one of the most advanced, expensive, and mysterious aircraft in the U.S. military's arsenal. With a radar cross-section the size of a small bird, the B-2 is practically invisible to enemy radar. It's essentially an airborne ghost. The B-2 has the ability to carry nuclear weapons, conventional bombs, and other forms of long-range payload, making it a truly versatile platform for strategic strikes. Each aircraft is worth a staggering $2 billion, making it the most expensive bomber ever produced. But for that price, you're getting a tool that can strike targets anywhere in the world without ever being noticed. Its top speed is 630 miles per hour, and it can fly at altitudes of 50,000 feet, staying well above the threat of enemy missile systems. The B-2 Spirit is designed with a unique composite material that absorbs radio waves rather than reflecting them, which helps it avoid detection. The plane's wings are so stealthy that you could be flying right next to it and never know it's there. Talk about the ultimate ninja tactic. And, as if it wasn't already impressive enough, only 21 of these planes were ever built, making them one of the most exclusive and high-tech pieces of military hardware in existence.